You're not. First off, my prayers go out to the family of Oscar and to the teenagers and children who have been molested by this monster. He is a monster for doing this. Um, the problem we have is in 2022 when the police, suspected this individual of sexually assaulting a teenager because of SB 54. They weren't allowed to then, talk to other agencies, especially the federal government, investigate this individual and find out if he was here legally or illegally. If they would have been able to do that, they would have found out he's here illegally, and they would have been able to start the deportation process and get him out of the country, and this wouldn't have happened. We shouldn't have a law in California or anywhere where law enforcement can't work together with one another to make sure that our children are safe. There should never be a law out there that doesn't allow law enforcement and the federal government to talk to each other, communicate, work with each other, and make sure that if somebody's sexually assaulting children and that person isn't here legally, we should be able to start a process to deport them and kick them out of the country.
All right. So this SB 54 you mentioned, California law, it basically bars these law enforcement agencies from talking to each other about, is it just immigration status? Or is it other things as well? I mean, why wouldn't you want law enforcement agencies talking to each other about anything related to any case possible?
First off, this law actually gives more rights to people who are here illegally than it does to its own citizens. So right away, it's wrong. It shouldn't even be a law here in California. Number two, SB 54, which is our sanctuary state law here in California, doesn't allow law enforcement to talk to the federal government if somebody's arrested for a crime. And so if you're arrested even for murder, they can't talk to the federal government. It has to be a conviction. It has to be certain convictions on certain types of crimes. And so just arrests, you can never talk to the federal government at all. It's a bad law. It's a law based upon pandering. It's a law based upon politics. It's a law based upon getting votes. It's definitely not a law based upon protecting children or protecting communities. And in this specific case, if we didn't have that law, or we had good exceptions to that law, one being if you're arrested for sexually assaulting a child, you should be able to talk to the federal government and make sure if that person's here illegally, you can get them out of the country. I don't think any American wants any murderers or child rapists here in the United States to be here legally or illegally. And so it's just unfair to all the residents here in the United States, especially in California, that we have laws such as this that don't protect children and end up protecting criminals.